I was talking with the job seeker recently about his transition. We were talking about companies that he might be interested in working at, and I suggested that he worked for Adobe. Adobe has an office near his house, so commute wouldn't be a big deal. I'm guessing they pay very well. But more important than anything, having a company like Adobe on your resume could be huge. I'm not going to suggest that you quote unquote name drop and use all the names of the great companies that you've ever worked for. But isn't it powerful when somebody tells you that they worked at X, Y, and Z company? And those companies are well known industry leaders, they have big names, something like that. I would suggest that you somehow figure out how to incorporate this into your own brand. So, number one, where have you worked? Even if you left on terms that were less favorable and you weren't really happy thinking about your time there, or you didn't work on big projects or great projects, it still might be worth it to say that you worked there. One reason why is that a lot of these companies have a very stringent process to get in. Some hiring managers or people that you want to work with might think, wow, they got into there, so they must be good. In other words, let the brand of that organization have an influence on your brand. If you worked at a company and it's no longer known by that name, it might be wise to include the name of the company where you used to work before the name change. Same thing with subsidiaries. I got this tip from a recruiter. He said when he looks for technical candidates, he regularly will include the names of past companies that don't exist anymore. This is about keeping you and your name more visible. If you don't have a big name company on your resume, think about the roles that you've had. This could be something very narrowly defined but very deep, for example, an analyst at a popular hospital chain. Or it could be something very general. If it's general, then you're going to have to make sure people understand that you weren't a jack of all trades and master of none. You need to help them understand that you have a strong and broad skill set and that you can do multiple things, and you can do those multiple things while you have one job title. If you don't have a big name company or big role behind you, make sure you talk about the smaller things, which would be specific projects and successes. Whether they're recognition that you got from a past employer or accomplishments, goals met, customers kept, any of those things. Use your career path and your accomplishments in your branding statements and your overall messaging.